American entrepreneur, businessman, and leader of MicroStrategy has big expectations for the future of Bitcoin, and his history of solid financial advice and investing may make it worth listening to. Recently, Michael Saylor admitted that he expects a Bitcoin worth $200,000 by the end of 2021. And so today we have all the information you need to know about the man and how much truth there is to the claim. Michael Saylor and his wild past. Michael Saylor may have made his fair share of good investments, and there is good reason to believe the 200k Bitcoin claim because it's not just him predicting it. Mike has had his own fair share of blunders and bad bets, which is, to be fair, is true for almost every investor out there. Michael's may have been a bit worse, however, since Michael lost almost $6 billion during the height of the dot-com bubble, when his software company almost went under during a terrible collapse. Years have passed since then, and it's fair to assume that he has learned a lot in that span. But it's worth mentioning that Michael isn't exactly batting 100 at the plate, but honestly, who does? Michael's once again in the limelight 20 years later though, and so what happened? A hero on Twitter? Twitter's a weird place, and a huge part of the reason that Michael Saylor's company is enjoying a skyrocketing stock as we speak. The guy came back out of nowhere with a beard and an attitude that he was going to commit to his own ideas, not care about what naysayers thought. He also is doing what a lot of crypto enthusiasts have been hoping a powerful CEO would do for years, and that is convert some of the company's value into the popular crypto. Many have speculated online for years that the move would help with inflation, draw more eyes to the company, and protect against issues that the dollar can sometimes bring. In many ways, Michael Saylor is allowing people to live vicariously through him, and it's clearly working, as the man has reached over 1 million followers made up of mostly crypto enthusiasts hoping to gain insight from his tweets. A never-seen-before commitment to Bitcoin. Michael Saylor has gone all in on Bitcoin, like putting his chips to the center of the table and committing to it, going into debt and investing almost all of MicroStrategy's money into Bitcoin. The strategy is certainly an eye-opener, but you have to admire Michael is sticking to his guns, even though he was burned in the past for risky investments. We also have to address that although not all of his investments have panned out, the fact that he has been able to build and rebuild his wealth shows an ability to predict trends. But how much of Bitcoin is Michael investing in? The answer might shock you because it doesn't seem like Michael has any plans to play this one close to the chest. You have to admire someone who can get knocked down but keeps getting back up. With how much his and his company's values are soaring, doesn't seem like he's going to have to worry about getting knocked down again, at least a good long time. The specifics about the Bitcoin move. Like I said, old Michael Saylor, the gunslinger, has invested a ton of money in Bitcoin, and it has earned him more than 100,000 Bitcoins with an estimated value in the billions. With so much on the line, you'd be forgiven for thinking he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal a bit and hedge his bets. That just doesn't seem to be Michael's MO. As of now, less than 20% of MicroStrategy's value is tied into their software products, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Michael's not only investing money into crypto, and a lot of it, but is essentially using his company as a secondary source of investment. The weirdest thing is that it's actually working as of today. But Michael isn't the only billionaire to dip his foot into the crypto well, so how does his strategy compare to the other sharks of the market? To put into context, even compared to other celebrities and billionaires, Michael Saylor stands on his own. Both Elon Musk and Square's Jack Dorsey are strong believers in crypto and haven't been shy about it. I mean, look no further than Elon's social media presence and the whole Dogecoin stuff to know that he's deeply tied to crypto. Even he, coined the crypto king by some on Twitter, hasn't tied his business and crypto as closely together as Michael has. Now, there are a ton of reasons why that is. Like, for one, Tesla was doing much better than MicroStrategy before Michael's move to Bitcoin, but still, this emphasizes the point that what we are currently seeing right now is very unprecedented, which is why many are waiting to see how it shakes out. If it does, I'd expect to see Elon Musk and Jack Dorsey throw their hats into the ring first, especially because both have shown such excitement over the possibilities of Bitcoin as part of a business plan and not just an investment. Could others follow suit? Possibly, but it's all resting on Michael Saylor's shoulders right now. If the move backfires or even doesn't turn a huge profit, it's hard to imagine any other CEOs putting their company on the line the way that Saylor has. It's a huge swing, and if it's a home run, expect to see plenty of headlines of other companies converting to crypto. But if the market doesn't tilt the way that Michael's hoping, then the 200k Bitcoin is going to be the least of his concerns. So So basically, this is a long way of saying that the business giants are utilizing the wait-and-see approach, much like you would expect. How has Bitcoin changed MicroStrategy? Michael Saylor's comeback story is one of the wildest ones in the tech industry, and his reemergence as a high-rolling beard crypto king was probably not a prediction anyone was making a few years ago. Michael now has 1.5 million followers on Twitter, more than plenty of his peers, and his company has pretty much revolutionized themselves for the modern day. They have a bit of an edge now, a swagger, that's helping them out as there is a legit buzz around them these days. The change hasn't just helped them cosmetically or because of marketing though, as their stock has soared as of late. The least surprising thing to come out of all of this, some, including Michael himself, also believe that Bitcoin can have more positive benefits for his company than just as a sort of investing scheme. That actually, it can help with practical issues such as inflation. But how would that work? Bitcoin will solve inflation issues. Michael took to Twitter to share his news saying that inflation is the problem and Bitcoin is the solution. This is something that's been echoed by some in the crypto community and even by experts, as some believe that cryptocurrency can help hedge bets against inflation and fluctuation. The way that Michael believes this is true is pretty simple actually. With regular money, there's always the ability to print more, which causes inflation of the value of the dollar. We saw worries of that when the pandemic first started and America was printing money like crazy. That can't really happen with Bitcoin because there is no way to print more, because there is only a finite amount of the digital currency that'll ever be available. This means that theoretically, your Bitcoin could end up being more stable than the money in your savings account. A weird but potentially true point made by Saylor. The counter to this point is also pretty simple though, as some argue that literally everything around you is potentially a hedge against inflation, like your house, car, education, and really anything, because they'll rise in value when the purchasing power of the currency falls. Why will Bitcoin reach 200k by the end of the year? If Bitcoin is to reach 200k by the end of 2021, a few things are gonna happen, and they most likely involve Saylor and his colleagues. Saylor has been one of, if not the biggest multiplying force for Bitcoin, and many have praised him online for helping to grow the name and force those that may not be super into cryptocurrency to take it more seriously. That will need to continue if Bitcoin's going to continue to grow in value. Just yesterday, Tom Brady traded a Bitcoin worth about 40k to a fan for his 600th TD ball. And so it's obviously becoming a more mainstream concept. If Bitcoin can endure any potential bumps in the road and have a big bump due to a risky play by one of the crypto elite, very plausible that the value will skyrocket. But is it probable? Who knows really? And that's all for our video today. I really hope you enjoyed watching because I sure enjoyed making it for you guys. Leave a comment down below and let us know what you think of Michael Saylor. Is he a genius or is he crazy? Or maybe a bit of both. Also, please leave a like if you enjoyed the video and subscribe for more videos like this released all of the time. See you guys.